All right, traders, watch this video for Friday. What a week. It's been a crazy week. Friday, August 16th, showing you the SPY here. There's the daily candle. Basically came down to the low of its range, right? After this big chaotic drop here, you could argue, really just put in a range from about where my mouse is, right here, to here, right? And today we tested the lows of that range. If you look at the intraday, very choppy session, opened here, 5-minute candles, took out the low of the day, took out the high of the day, back to the low of the day, back to the high, then it looked like it was rolling over, and then makes its way right back up to the high, closing about where it opened, right? So it's one of those days that there really wasn't a lot of direction. It was just sideways chop. Having said that, for those of you that didn't make it to chat today, called NVAX, NVAX, and I'll leave the chart where you can see. There's the big move yesterday, right? So then today it gaps down, comes back through the high, and then flags. I called it long, kind of as it was breaking this flag, Tokyo, probably about Tokyo style entry, probably about 610, 615. And over the course of 10 minutes, went up to 689. That was my best trade after the open. I had a really nice pre-market trade also, but that one was really nice. Wayne called overstock. Check this one out. If you weren't there, Wayne called overstock, whole number inflection point right there through 17, right there. It ends up going to 1975. That's a huge move. It's going to go back on watch for tomorrow, by the way. BLIN. I called this after it broke, it gapped up here, sold off, took out the highs, pulled back, and I called it long again on the high of day break. I liked the numbers in it, as far as the short percentage, the float, and it was holding up really well. I just called it at 260, right there where my cursor is, and you can see never underwater until later, but that doesn't count because we're day traders. 260 went pretty quickly over 310. That's a really nice one too. And then one of the best calls of the day was by JS. She called SINT. I'm going to go, and this was the one I had my big trade on in pre-market, right? And I think several of us did. She called, here's the initial pop after the market opened, pulls back sideways. She called whole number inflection point through 3, and there it goes. And from 3, it ends up going through 4. Great call by JS. I love the way so many different people are always chipping in, people that know what to look for. And look at that, by the way, look at that ugly candle now. But there was a lot of money to be had on that call by JS. And again, the pre-market trade, that one was pretty good to me today. All right, so what are we watching for tomorrow? Overstock, really beaten up. Again, a great call by Wayne through 17 today. Well, it went all the way to 1975 before settling in right here at 18 something. So I definitely want to watch it tomorrow, but it really probably made the bulk of its bounce today. So who knows? I'm going to watch NVAX again because you've got 2 green days in a row now. So I don't like it as much, but sometimes a strong stock can just keep going. MTCH Match.com did have a gap up today and then closed pretty strong. So potential long there to continue that bounce. CBET, I don't really like this daily. But when you go to intraday, some people in chat were trading this today. You had this big pop, and then a flag, and then it just really closed strong. So let's look at it on 15s real quick. Kind of very close to being up into this big gap. So because of that big move, I think it's worth watching. FOMX, really nice strong stock. Couple days lower on declining volume. That one goes on bounce watch. Looking for that one to turn back up tomorrow. IEA. Quiet inside day after the massive day yesterday. I like it over today's high over 365. INWK. Another really strong move now a few days lower, closing above its open today. Potential long setup there. AVYA. Kind of double topped here, hit here, and then here again. And then today a quiet inside day. It might break out over this kind of 2-week high. Yesterday's high 1250. Today's high 1237. If we get through 1237, we might take out that 1250 and squeeze a bit. I don't love that chart, but we'll watch it. SLDB. This doesn't look like much, but it had a really big day yesterday. I hover over this candle, you can see the numbers over here. Hovering over this candle from 501 to 648. And keep in mind, that was on the day the SPY did this and the Dow was down 800 points, right? That was yesterday. So, and then today, just kind of a quiet inside day. This thing topped out 648. Today topped out 647. So I really kind of like it over 650. This one is a fairly good prospect. XNET, big pop yesterday, quiet inside day today on lower volume. We'll look for a third day play tomorrow. I've been watching FLR for a bounce for, I don't know, look at all these red days in a row. I can't say that I like this because it hasn't capitulated. It's just a slow grind down. But one of these days it might give a nice bounce. Since I've been watching it for so many days, I can't take it off the list now or it'll rip, right? So I got to at least have it on the list. Netflix, I have on bounce watch. I don't know. I thought this was, if this would have closed at its lows, I would like it much more. Kind of had a nice bounce intraday to day, which makes me like it a little bit less. But still, I'm going to watch Netflix for a bounce. LB is limited brands. It's starting to get that downside shape. So I want to watch that one too. And again, these are ugly retailers. I'm just looking for a possible snapback bounce. THO is another one, right? Those are three ugly charts in a row. Well, not in a row. FLR, LB, and THO. They're just relentless selling. Might give a snapback bounce one of these days. I don't love those for plays. I like the stronger stocks, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. We'll add some gappers to this list in the morning. Man, let's keep up the great teamwork. There is always somebody finding one of the A+ setups. The beauty of the chat room now is so many people in chat have taken our course that we literally always have somebody posting, hey, and oftentimes we'll see 2 or 3 people post the exact same setup like you guys see it at the same time, right? That's fascinating to me and it's fantastic, right? The fact that we're getting these multiple posts on setups before they trigger. I mean, contrast that with your chat rooms that the moderator goes, I'm long XYZ, and then everybody has to either jump in and play musical chairs. It's you guys are amazing. Let's just keep it up. I've had a great week and a really ugly week for the market. So hats off to all of us. All right, I'm done babbling. See you in chat tomorrow.